You have to fail to succeed. Failure is a critical part of success. You need to know how not to do something for you to be able to do something as well as you possibly can. If you don't learn all the ways that you can fail before you succeed, and you just succeed without thinking about it, you're never going to know how to fix problems when they arise. So one of my favourite sayings, I say it a lot when I'm speaking or coaching or mentoring, is there is no failure in life, there is only feedback, right? The failure is defined by ignoring the feedback. You're being told what not to do to succeed, and that is really, really valuable. The most successful people in life fail the most. They just don't repeat their mistakes. They find new things to fail at, and then new things to fail at, because they succeed after failing at all of these things. That's why they're successful. This is a learning experience. Humans don't always learn as well as we should, right? We've been conditioned not to. We need to learn from mistakes. We need to know that failure is not something to be ashamed of. And we need to use it as a learning tool. That's what it is, right? That's how humans learn. Arnold Schwarzenegger says, never be afraid to fail. Never be afraid to fail. Right? Go in, decide you're going to succeed, but never be afraid to fail. And if you succeed, take the lessons from that, but think about how it could have failed. Be aware of more around you. Be aware of ways that it could have failed as well. So rock climbing is a really good example of requiring failure to succeed. Right? I have a lot of hobbies. One of them is rock climbing. Bouldering is climbing without ropes. And you are basically relying on your fingertips, right? And I'm heavier than a lot of climbers, I'm a little bit bulkier. So when I'm climbing, I fail. And when you fail when you're climbing, you fall and you hit the floor. And what do? You get back up, you get back on the wall, and you try something different. You try anything else that you can. You try, and you can fall and fail 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20 times. You get back up and you try again. And you think about your failure and you try something different. When I climb something and you flash a route, right, you just get it immediately. You succeed without thinking about it. Bang! Then somebody says to you, how did you do that? I can't get that. How did you do that? And you say, I'm not entirely sure. And you try it again, and this time maybe it doesn't work or whatever. So you haven't learned from your success, right? You've done it, but that's not learning from it. Whereas if I try a route and I fall and I fail over and over again, every time I try something different until I get it. And when you get that route, when you understand how to do that after trying and failing, that stays with you. It happens to us all. I love climbing as an example because you will fail and you will fall. The only thing you can do is get back up and learn from what happened and carry on. From then on, you can climb other routes that have the same problem in them. Never be afraid to fail. Know your limits, but don't be bound by them. You can push past limits. That's where failure lies, right? Push past your limits, fail, and that teaches you how to push past them and succeed. We can all do this. Failure is really important. This happens in business all the time. We succeed at something and then we don't really understand how that success happened, so when something goes wrong further down the line, we haven't got a great idea of how to fix it. But when you try and you try and you try and you're Edison with a team and you try every permutation you can think of for a light bulb and you go through 800 of them, you've learned 800 ways it doesn't work, which helps you refine the way that it does work. Don't be ashamed to fail. Don't be afraid to fail. Failure is key for learning. And the only way we succeed is by learning. Failure is critical to success. Learning how to fail is critical to learning how to succeed.